Good morning, children. Welcome to the next part of Lesson 12. Here we are discussing about many concepts which are related to 15th and 16th centuries. Now let us start the video. Architecture. So what is architecture? Architecture is sculptures, arts, artists, discussing about the artists. Everything comes under architecture. Here, the city of Rome revived in a spectacular way in the 15th century. The popes actively encouraged the study of Rome's history. They studied the ruins of old Roman buildings to revive the old Roman style, which used tall pillars, arches, and domes in buildings also. They used all these for the construction of the buildings. We can see tall pillars, arches, and also different types of domes in the construction of Roman buildings. This inspired a new style of architecture which is called as classical. So in this classical style, we can see the old Roman imperial style. The modification of imperial Roman style is only called as classical style. Here, popes, wealthy merchants, and even aristocrats employed architects who were familiar with classical architecture. They brought these people and make them to construct all these buildings. Artists and sculptors were also to decorate buildings with paintings, sculptures, and reliefs. Another remarkable change is artists were known individually by name, not as a member of a group as earlier. Before, they used to be in a group and they used to say with the name of a particular group. But now it is not like that. Individually, they have got the recognition. And this is the picture St. Peter's Square in Rome and the Basilica. Basilica is a place in Rome, and here you can see St. Peter's Square. This church and the court in front of was designed by several artists including Michelangelo and Bernini. This uses many architectural ideas from ancient Rome. You can see the different views of this building even in Google also. Next one is printing press. Now we have all these books and everything which was printed now because of a great invention of a person called as Johannes Gutenberg. Printing press was invented in 16th century by Johannes Gutenberg, and he was a German. He belongs to Germany. If people in other countries wanted to see any paintings, sculptures or buildings of great artists, they have to travel to long places like Italy at that time. This was because of the greatest revolution of the 16th century, the mastery of the technology of printing. For this, Europeans were indebted to other people like Chinese who first developed paper and the printing with blocks. First Chinese invented the paper and they used to print the paper by using different types of blocks. And earlier text existed in few handwritten copies. In 1455, 150 copies of Bible was printed in the workshop of Johannes Gutenberg, the German who made the first printing press. And the first book which was printed here is Bible. And later, many classical texts, nearly all in later Latin language, has been printed in Italy. As printed books availability become more, it was possible to buy for the students also. And students did not have to depend solely on lecture notes. Ideas, opinions, and information moved more widely and more rapidly than ever before. So people started to think in a very different way. Whatever the lecture was given by the professors at the universities, they used to depend upon that only before. But afterwards, when the books publish it, they come to know that what the lecture said and what is there in the book. They used to take both into consideration. He is the person, Johannes Gutenberg. He is the person who invented the printing press. And this is the first printing press which was invented by Johannes Gutenberg. And with this only the Bible was printed. First 150 copies of Bible was printed, that too in Latin language. And after many Latin language classical books were printed. And the next topic is new concept of human beings. Printing press came into existence, printed books came into existence. Then lot of change has came in the people. One of the features of humanist culture was awakening of the control of religion over human life. They want to completely weaken the religion, control of religion upon the human life. And Italians were strongly attracted to material wealth, that is to money, power and glory. But they were not necessarily irreligious. Even though they have a lot of money and all, they used to be a lot of faith towards their religion also. Here, many people came into existence to show that how humanism is important for an individual and how we have to shape ourselves. And not only for the power and money we should live, we should be for the human beings also. He studied real human beings and their actual political life also here. In this, main person is Niccolo Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli, he wrote a book called as Spirit of Laws on politics for rulers of his times. He did not try to advise the rulers about religious ideas of ruling, but how real politics functioned in society. About that he used to say in his book. He studied real human beings and their actual political life also. So here what we have discussed is completely, many of the people want to say that how the church is enjoying its powers and how the king is also under the control of the church. And up to now what we have discussed is regarding the humanism and everything. In this part, women also not less. They also taken an active part in this movement. He is the person Niccolo Machiavelli. The aspirations of women. Women played a very major role in the awakening the women to fight for their own rights. Even though many new ideal of individuality and citizenship excluded women. Men from aristocratic families dominated public life and were the decision makers in their families. They educated their sons to take their place in family business or in the public life, at times sending their younger sons to join the church, although their dowries were invested in the family business. Don't think that only in India dowry will be taken. In the olden days, even many countries used to take the dowry. Women generally had no say in how their husband should run their business. Often marriages were intended to strengthen business alliances. The marriages used to be done in between to take a lot of business matters only. It is not the life of an individual woman or a man. It is for the business purpose. An adequate dowry could not be arranged. Daughters were sometimes sent to convents to live the life of a nun. If any of a person, if he can't do the marriage for his daughter, then they used to be sent to the convents. Convents are nothing but the churches, where a large amount of church will be under the control of one organization. Then it is called as a convent, and these girls were sent there to make them as nun. Obviously the public role of women was limited and they were looked upon as keepers of the householders. The position of the women in the families of merchants, however, was somewhat different. Shopkeepers were very often assisted by their wives in running the shop. In families of merchants and bankers, wives looked after the business when the male members were away on work. The early death of a merchant compelled his widow to perform a larger public role than was the case in aristocratic families. In aristocratic families, women were not allowed to do all those. But in other families and all, women, if the man was dead, women used to take care about the families and the business. Even though the study of literature promises no reward for women and no dignity, every woman ought to seek the embrace of these studies. This was a quote said by Venetian Cassandra Fidel. The picture what you are seeing in this was the picture of Cassandra. Cassandra Fidel. She was one of a handful of women who questioned the idea that women were incapable of achieving the qualities of a humanist scholar. Fidel was known for her proficiency in Greek and Latin, and also she was invited to give orations at the University of Padua. Orations means lectures. So she is a great public speaker also, and she was invited to give the orations at the University of Padua. In the previous video, I have already given the pic of the University of Padua. And another remarkable woman was the Marchesa of Mantua. She is the Marchesa of Mantua. Marchesa means like a queen. Her name is Isabella d'Este. She ruled the state while her husband was absent, and the court of Mantua, a small state, was famed for its intellectual brilliance. Women's writings reveal their conviction that they should have economic power, property, and education to achieve an identity in a world dominated by men. This was the words which were said by the great woman at that time. And this woman, Isabella d'Este, she is very famous because when the husband is not there for ruling, he went to out of the state for different other purpose for few period of time. She ruled the court of Mantua and became very popular. That the small state, Mantua is a very small state in Europe, that became very famous by the ruling of Isabella d'Este. Next concept is debates within Christianity. So we already discussed it that church used to play a very major role in society, and king also used to be under the control of the church authorities only. In the 15th and early 16th centuries, many scholars in universities in North Europe and members of the church were too were attracted to humanist ideas. Like their Italian colleagues, they too focused on classical Greek and Roman texts along with the holy books of Christians. And here many people condemned the religious superstition beliefs also. And Christian humanists like Thomas More in England and Erasmus in Holland, they felt that church had become an institution marked by greed, extorting money at will from ordinary people. So they used to take the lot of money from the ordinary people. The main thing is that selling of indulgence certificates. I already said regarding these certificates before in the previous video also. These are some sort of documents which apparently freed the buyer from the burden of the sins he had committed. Up to then, what are the sins were committed, they have taken the completely, they have taken all these sins, and they used to give a lot of purity of life for the person. Christians came to realize from printed translations of the Bible in local languages that their religion did not permit such practices also. He is Thomas More. Not only the different types of books he have written like Utopia and all. He is German monk Martin Luther. In 1517, a young German monk called as Martin Luther, he launched a campaign against the Catholic Church and argued that a person did not need priest to establish contact with God. Directly we can go and pray to God. Why to interfere the priest, a person like a priest in between? He asked his followers to have complete faith in God, for faith alone could guide them to the right life and entry into heaven. This movement is called the Protestant Reformation, led to the churches in Germany and Switzerland breaking their connection with the Pope and the Catholic Church. So they won't have any connections with the Pope and the Catholic Church. Directly they'll have their own praying towards the God. That's it. And this movement is only called as Protestant Reformation movement. And in Switzerland, this Martin Luther's ideas were popularized by one more person called as Ulrich Zwingli. He is one more person. He belongs to Switzerland, and in Switzerland he started to spread all the ideas of Martin Luther. And later this was carried on by one person called as John Calvin. So first Martin Luther and his ideas were popularized in Germany, and afterwards in Switzerland this was taken by Ulrich Zwingli, and later it was continued by John Calvin. The ideas of the Reformation took hold of many people in Germany, Holland, France and England. in all those countries, people with a diverse faith or interpretations of Christianity emerged. Different ideas used to be there for the people upon Christianity. Some people says that churches used to enjoy the life and the common people were under the control of the church. So with these different people like Martin Luther, Ulrich Zwingli, and John Calvin, all these people, when they were saying regarding all the things which were done by the Catholic churches, monopoly of the Catholic Church was forever broken. Monopoly means single. The single ideology which was spread by the Catholic Church, that was completely broken. And here what happened? The Catholic Church itself did not escape the impact of these ideas and began to reform itself from within. So it want to show that the Catholic Church want to show that it did not done any wrong and it want to prove itself, because some good people are also there in the Catholic churches. So one person like that is Ignatius Loyola. In Spain and in Italy, churchmen emphasized the need for a simple life and service to the poor. And in that, one of the important person in Spain is Ignatius Loyola. In an attempt to combat Protestantism, he set up the Society of Jesus in 1540. The person who you are seeing in the picture is here is Ignatius Loyola, and he is the founder of Society of Jesus, and the followers are called as Jesuits, whose mission was to serve the poor and to widen their knowledge of other cultures. So they want to serve the poor people, because other Reformation Protestants, all they are saying that Catholic Church was completely bad, and they have complete negative propaganda upon that. So here they are saying that not only the negative, but we are there who are completely dedicated towards the God and the people. So he is proving that not only that, we are here to serve the poor and needy people also. So this is regarding the debates of the Christianity. So they have some sort of Protestant Reformation was started, and again there some sort of combat upon the Protestant Reformation is also started. So this is regarding the concepts what we have discussed here, and in the next video we'll be discussing about some other concepts. And here is your assignment. I have given 6 questions. Complete the 6 questions and send me through WhatsApp. Meet you in next video, children. Thank you.